Two big things today on Unafraid Show. Number one, the 2019 LSU National Championship team has gotten to the bag. And with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and company, we got to talk about everything that's going on there. And we have amazing news, new landmark news that we have not seen since Jim Harbaugh and them satellite camps is Deion Sanders, the disruptor, Fran Brown, the disruptor over at Syracuse. They are joining forces in spring ball to do joint practices, and the NCAA is changing forever. And we got to talk about that here on the Unafraid Show. Keep it locked. So we were going to start with LSU National Championship team getting to the bag, but there is pressing news. There is breaking news. So Deion Sanders, head coach over at Colorado, Fran Brown, head coach over at Syracuse, who's doing a great job over there. They are breaking college football right now. They are disrupting the whole game. So what's happening is, they have decided that they are going to do joint practices. Deion Sanders was talking about, what he's going to do for spring ball. Fran Brown is like, yo, I'm in on a joint practice. So Fran Brown is going to take his team down to Boulder, Colorado, and practice against Colorado. This is now the NFL does preseason games. They do joint practices, everything. College football teams never get to practice against each other. And when I was talking to Dabo Sweeney, he just talked about how that's a big deal. And now the disruption happens. Now, the question is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? Because we have not seen this sort of disruption since Jim Harbaugh was at Michigan early in his tenure, and he was doing them satellite camps all over the place, and the NCAA stepped in and was like, no, you can't do those. So the question is, how long before the NCAA steps in and is like, you guys can't do joint practices? But the answer is, but the question is, why? Why not? Why can't you? And in a sport that has no preseason games, and why would you not want to do something to get your team that much better? And you will have a better understanding of what your team really is and what it looks like. Now, though, I will tell you, there are going to be a bunch of coaches who refuse to do this because of the backdoor action. Think about what happened with the Pac 12 when they did the alliance with the Big Ten and the ACC, only to get backdoored with USC, UCLA, and then Oregon and Washington on the back end. So if you are LSU and you're going to go do a joint practice with, let's say, Colorado, for example, and you got a war chest of NIL money, or you're a school that does, and you got somebody that looks real good on that other side, might you do that? Or maybe coaches are only going to be willing to do it with people that they trust, and they're like, yo, we I promise you, we will not backdoor your players this year. If somebody want to step up next year, that's different. And I do think that there's going to have to be some integrity when it comes to coaches with this, because why on earth would you schedule a joint practice with somebody who may turn around and snake you in the back for one of your players, and vice versa? So this is an inflection point in college football. And it also speaks to the reason why college football needs a commissioner. I'm not talking about somebody who has enforcement power from the NCAA. Now, I'm talking about somebody who actually is doing what's best for the sport of college football. Not what's doing best for, everybody involved in basketball and football and baseball and rowing and soccer and volleyball and hockey and gymnastics. No, no, no. Somebody who is acting in the best interest of the moneymaker, which is college football. So I'm wondering what you guys think. Is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? And who on earth should be in charge of adjudicating this whole situation? Um, and Dion, this is going to draw more of the Deion Sanders hate. I'm letting you know that right now. And Fran Brown is a guy that Unafraid Show is going to go visit in short order. And I'm excited to talk to him about this now because this is the sort of disruption. Because he's one of the few guys that I believe in college football is happy where he's at. And that if the school is going to be committed to winning and he's able to win, that he will stay at Syracuse and try to build something special at Syracuse. So, and part of that doing something special is the attention and the drama that it takes from the disruption that you have then that you've brought up out in the world of college football. So this is a special time, and I do wonder if the NCAA is going to try to kibosh this before it even gets off the ground, because that's what they like to do. They did why? Oh no, 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 you can't do that. Why? What's the harm? How are you hurting the players? And then also, when it comes to the transfer portal thing, let's say that there's a player on Syracuse's team or Colorado's team that may then fit better, who's buried on the depth chart. The coaches can say, "Hey, yo, let's talk about this thing and let's do what's best for the kids." Because when you listen to Fran Brown interviews, he's like, "Let's do what's best for the kids." You listen to Deion Sanders interviews, let's do what's best for the kids. So then everybody should be doing what's best for the kids in the situation. If it's let them leave, if it's keep them there, whatever it is, but make sure that you get them graduated too so they can have other opportunities. Hmm. Next thing up. That was supposed to be the first and only thing up. The 2019 LSU National Championship team has gotten to the bag. We talking about damn near $750 million in contracts and over $500 million in guarantees. So big ups to Joe Burrow. Signed what, a year ago? 5 years, $275 million. Highest paid quarterback in NFL when he was signed. What, like damn 200 million guarantees? Jamar Chase just signed. 4 years, $161 million. Whoo, whoo, with $112 million fully guaranteed. Looks good. Justin Jefferson, 4 years, 140, but he does have more guaranteed money, I believe, than Jamar Chase. And then you got Derek Stingley Jr., who just signed a 3 year, $90 million deal, over $30 million a year. Bro, this is absolutely incredible. That's over $660 million in guarantees, people. I'm sorry, in total value, over $500 million in total guarantees. So I am happy for this dudes. And then you think about the fact that they have other guys in the NFL too. Quisenberry, Clive Edwards Hilaire, and there's like 9 or 10 guys from that team alone in the NFL. And you got to give LSU, like, this just shows that they are one of the all-time special teams in the NFL. So you got Grant Delpit as well, Patrick Queen. This team was absolutely loaded. And they're also performing in the NFL. So this is fun to see. And it's cool to see teams stick together in the NFL. So you got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and then T. Higgins signed as well. So that Bengals team is going to continue to be outrageous on defense. I'm sorry, on offense. But the question is, are they going to be able to put together a confident defense that's going to leave Joe Burrow into the playoffs? Because they didn't have enough offense last year to get to the playoffs, but they damn sure had enough defense. All right, that is the brief but short Unafraid show today. Y'all make sure that y'all go watch the Jed Fish interview on Wednesday. Deep dive with him, University of Washington head coach. The Dan Lanning interview is out. Next week, we got Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State. The week after that, we got Dabo Sweeney, who y'all don't even get the chance to see interviews with. And that is only on Unafraid Show, the dopest college football spot and sports place on all the web. Holla at your boy.